Hello. Welcome to my world. Won't you come on in? Miracles, I guess, still happen now and then. Look into my heart. Leave your cares behind. Welcome to my world, built with you in mind. Knock and the door shall be open. Seek and you will find. Ask and you will be given the key to this heart of mine. I'll be waiting there with my arms unfurled, waiting just for you. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. That's right, welcome to my world, the Songfather world, on the Songfather Show, the 7th day of August, 2019. And it's getting very windy and dark out there, and, I'm not going to do my usual thing. I think you know how I feel about these people. Not all of them. But, my pal covered himself good today. We're going to have sun, which breaks the clouds, and then clouds, which breaks the sun. And then showers and storms are going to come through. Might not be too severe, but some could have hail in it. The east end will get hit, but first the west end will get hit before the... Jesus Christmas. It stalls. Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. It's from the Hulk. So, I hope everybody had a good night. Start off with the first and foremost. Yankees win again. And 6 homers in one game by 6 different people in one game. A major league record. And just completely continue to smack the crap out of the ball in Baltimore. It's amazing. It's just really unbelievable. And the pitching was not too bad. So, and the Mets win again. They've won 12 out of 13 now. Oh, a couple of games up over 500. And look who's here. Lucky's here. Would you like to come on TV for a minute? Come here. Want to come here? Want to come here and say hello? Come here. Come here. I don't know what this means. What does it mean? Come here. Come here. It's okay. Yeah, come on. Come on. Come on. I'm doing a show here. What? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come here. Say hello to everybody. Come here. Come here, you maniac. Come on. Come on. Come on. He is such a pain in the ass. There he is. Here he is. Here, there. Look, say hello to everybody. Yay! Give me a kiss. There you go. Lucky made it. So anyway, the Mets are doing good, 12 out of 13. They're 1.5 out of the wild card. That was Subway World Series looking more and more like it could happen. So let's get to a story or two before we get to Bobby Darin Wednesday. Picked out songs that I like, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Well, you'll see what they are. You should know every one of them. Louisiana. See, it's easy for me to laugh because I already know what the story is. But before I get to that, let me say happy birthday to one heck of a human being, Patrick Calamari. He has you've heard me talk about it a billion times, the Pat Show on WBXO, and up in Beekman, New York. And he is classic rock radio. He's the emperor of classic rock. He knows everybody, period. And not only that, they know him. He goes to all the concerts, as many as he can. He has them up on his show. He does radio interviews, live interviews in his studio and everything. Always on his show on Sundays, starts the 6 o'clock hour with a Songfather song. And he's just a hell of a great guy. So happy birthday, Patrick Calamari. And I always say, even when I met his brother, that's the greatest name I ever heard in my life. What's your name? What's your last name? Oh, Calamari. What? Yeah. Me likey. So, all right. So now, Louisiana. Police were looking for a woman, her boyfriend, of only 2 weeks, by the way. She moved in with him, and he was in the shower, and when he came out, she was gone, and so was his $5,000 in cash. So called 911 and made a police report. So then you say, oh, okay, it sounds legit now you're making a police report. And they find her with the $5,000 plus another $2,800 on top of that. But while they bring it back to the precinct, you have to go through a search, and they find a plastic bag with a little over a gram of meth inside her vagina. And she says, that's not mine. And they said, well, it's in your vagina. She goes, I don't know who put it there, but it's definitely not mine. Say a prayer for these poor people. It's a horrible life. Like I told you before, the saying is, hate the addiction, but don't hate the addict. It's unbelievable. But so the guy got his money back, and whatever. So North Korea did 2 more quote-unquote test missiles, which is in violation of their agreement. That's 4 now in the last month. And then some of the leaders, the shitheads over in Iran, are saying now there's a major war coming. Major war on the way. Oh, okay. So it makes me wonder now, why now all of a sudden they're speaking up and they're flexing their muscles? Maybe somebody has some influence over there. Somebody needs to get rid of the Donald. That's just my take on it. Could be somebody that used to be a president. I don't know. And the other report that comes out all at the same time is that it's starting to look like ISIS, as this is how they say it all over the news too. ISIS, of which President Trump said was all but eliminated, is making a comeback in Iraq and Syria. And now they're all saying he should never have pulled our troops and brought them home. Should have left them in Syria. And if he left them in Syria, they were saying, why the hell did you leave them in Syria? Now they're fighting with ISIS. The poor guy can't win. And so either he's got the biggest pair of cojones I've ever seen in my life, or he's just like oblivious to all the hatred against them. It's crazy, but let's hope that none of it is true. So let's get to the first song by Mr. Bobby Darin, who is a fellow Bronx boy. Gotta love it. And Walden Robert Casoto, his real name. And if you haven't heard the story, he was looking for a name. Walden certainly wasn't going to make it, especially back in the 50s. He was walking around trying to think up a name and, looking up at the sky. He always looked up to heaven for some kind of an answer. And there was a Mandarin restaurant, Chinese restaurant, in the neighborhood where he lived. And the M-A-N in Mandarin, the neon sign was out. And all it kept flashing was Darin, D-A-R-I-N, D-A-R-I-N. And that's how he came up with Bobby Darin. I love that story. So let's start off with this one from the Three Penny Opera. It's one of the first songs that I ever know was the number one hit for all of 1959 and into 1960. And it's a song about murder and extortion and loan sharking and everything else. Who knew? I could have wrote a lot of songs. Some of the people I knew in my family. I mean, in my life. I didn't say family. Oh, there you go. Oh, the shark bait has such teeth there, and it shows them pearly white. Just a jackknife has old Maggie, babe, and it keeps it out of sight. You know when that shark bites with its teeth there, scarlet billows start to spread. Fancy gloves though wears old Maggie, babe, so there's never a trace of red. Now on the sidewalk, ooh, sunny morning, lies a body just oozing life. Someone sneaking round the corner. Could that someone be Mac the Knife? Well, there's a tugboat, oh yeah, now down by the river, don't you know? And a cement bag just a drooping on down. Oh, that cement is just, well, it's there for the weight. There, 5 will get you 10 old Maggies back in town. Now you hear about Louis Miller? He disappeared, babe, after drawing out all his hard-earned cash. And now Maggie spends just like a sailor. Could it be our boy's done something rash? Ah, Jenny Diver, oh, Suki Tawdry, ooh, Miss Ladeline, yeah, and oh, Lucy Brown. Yes, that line phone's on the right, babe. Now that Maggie's back in town, I said, Jenny Diver, oh, Suki Tawdry, look out for Miss Ladeline, yeah, and oh, Lucy Brown. Yes, that line phone's on the right, babe. But now that Maggie's back in town. Look at old Maggie's back, that's right. And he's starting a lot of trouble, that old Mackie. That son of a Mackie. Excuse me. Rainy days without espresso always gets me down. Picking up my cup of espresso. It's very delicious, thank you. Okay, now, bada bing, okay. Sign of the times. Hey, Petula Clark. It's a sign of the times that you tell your friends that you really love me. Couple of motorcycles backfired. I think on purpose, but you know they can do that when they want to. When they were driving down through Times Square and in the city, New York City, and it was so loud that because of the way things are these days, everybody went running, scurrying for shelter, and people got hurt, ended up in the hospital, who lost a tooth, who broke an arm, and it was just, that's what it's come to. Any sound that sounds like that, then you got to go, oh my God, it's somebody with a gun, we're going to die. Horrible way to live in that kind of a fear, but what are you going to do? Yep, he's back. What? I'm doing a show. Don't you understand? He don't talk. like most huskies do. He does this. You know, like girls used to do in high school. You know, they talk to you from there, or even in grammar school from the other side of the room. I have no idea what you said. But the girls, they could have a 5-way conversation from all opposite ends of the room, and each one of them knows what the other one's saying. I don't know. I don't even know where that came from, but I kind of glad I did. So, 100 dogs are coming home from Afghanistan. Full-service dogs. They've served their time. And I'm glad to hear that because, you know, you don't hear about that often, how the dogs accompany them. And not only do they do their job and sniff out, you know, the enemy and sniff out weapons and sniff out drugs and bombs and all that other stuff, but they keep the guys and girls company at night, too, and they need that, you know. When you're over there and, you know, you don't know if this is going to be your last minute, you know, it's a nice partnership that's formed over there. And so they're on their way home. And some of them are already set up for forever homes. Some of them are already treating the dogs better than they do some of our servicemen and women. But shut up. But they already have jobs set up for them. They're going to go into drug sniffing and bond sniffing and blah 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 blah. And some of them are still puppies. They were born while they were over there. So. You know, there's an all-out effort to find forever homes for them. So let's hope that all works out. And, you know, if it comes in your neighborhood and you're there and you happen to hear about it and you got room, do the right thing if you can. Shut up! Such a freaking sissy ass. And, okay, good. So, feel-good story. There's a cop in North Carolina. And he's just driving down the street. He didn't get a call or anything, but he sees an 11-year-old kid in his pajamas running out the front door, up and down the street, back inside, running up and down again, into the backyard and everything. And he's like, something ain't right here, and pulled over. And the kid came running again, and he grabbed him. What's going on? What's going on? And he brought him into the back, and his dog had fallen into an 11-foot hole in the ground, a well that was tight. And there was water in it, and the dog was clawing like crazy trying to get up and kept falling. You know, couldn't climb out of an 11-foot well. It kept falling into the water, and the kid, it was like he didn't know where to go. He was just running until he saw somebody. And they saved the dog. So they were telling him that he's a hero for doing that. And he said, no, the police officer's the hero. And the cop says, no, you're the hero. Because if it wasn't, you didn't get me, I didn't know what was going to happen. And so the dog is okay. He's got a couple of cuts and bruises on his front paws and legs, but he's good. There's a feel-good story. JCT's. So we'll do another Bobby song right now called I Got Rhythm. It was on my first CD called Bella. Hold on. And I think it was the Association had a hit with it. There I go again. Way back in the 60s too, you know, but you know, a lot of harmony and very nice and slow, and you know, but no, not Bobby, baby. Not Walden. He sings it with a bam, bam, bam. I think the Four Seasons might have did it too. I don't know. I think. I could be wrong. I got music. I got rhythm. I got my gal who could ask for anything more. I got daisies in green pastures. I got my gal who could ask for anything more. Old man trouble, oh, I don't mind him. You won't find him around my door. I got starlight, I got sweet dreams. I got my gal who could ask for anything more. Who could ask for anything more? Oh! I got music, I got rhythm. I got my gal who could ask for anything more. I got daisies in green pastures. Oh, I got my gal who could ask for anything more. Old man trouble, I don't mind him. You'll never find him around my door. I got starlight, I got these sweet dreams. I got my gal who could ask for anything more. Who could ask for anything? Anybody wants anything out of life more than that? Just plain evil. Who could ask for anything more? Yeah. Like what he did with that song, right? Yeah, of course. Okay. You got to say it. I can't always make it big, happy stories because it's not a world isn't a big, happy place sometimes. But, oh my God, I didn't write it down. Where did I? Well, I think it was Louisiana, so I'm going to say it was Louisiana. But wherever it was, the thing with the child was in North Carolina. I mean, it really doesn't matter where it is, but I always like to have my facts straight. But they were at some kind of a rodeo event, and they were playing the Star Spangled Banner or singing the Star Spangled Banner, the national anthem. And a man comes down. There was a 13-year-old kid there, didn't take his hat off. And no conversation took place, no, pushing back and forth, nothing like that. He just went up, took him, picked him up in the air, and threw him down on the ground head first. And he has a concussion and a fractured skull. Is that bad? You're damn right it's bad. It gets worse. So he gets arrested for assault. And he's released with no bail. You just, as far as I'm concerned, attempted murder on a 13-year-old child. Head first into the ground, like it was the WWE or something. And when they asked him why, he told them. It was disrespecting the United States of America, and you got supposed to take your hat off. Who the fuck are you? Excuse my mouth. Doesn't know the kid. It's not babysitting. It wasn't a nephew or son or whatever. He just went over and did that, and they release him with no bail. Okay? Oh, no, wait. It gets worse. In 2010, or into 2011, he was arrested for assault with a deadly weapon. He was sentenced to 10 years in jail, 10 years in prison, sentence suspended. So this guy must be a rat working for them. I can't figure out how you could have two despicable, heinous crimes like that and not do any time. You pick up an unknown stranger, 13-year-old juvenile, pick him up, slam him to the ground on his head, and give him a fractured skull. He's in the hospital. He just came home yesterday, to recover. First of all, what are you teaching that kid? Now, what is he going to grow up with some kind of a revenge and look for this guy? Or is the family going to go? I mean, what are you doing? The guy's in jail. The guy admitted to doing it, and the judges let him go with no bail. Is that? It was because of the flag. Yeah, I get it. All right. Yeah. Your court date will be in 6 months or whatever. Nothing. No bail. Oh my God. And 8 years ago, he's arrested for assault with a deadly weapon, goes through the trial, whatever the frig it turns out to be, and is sentenced to 10 years in prison, sentence suspended. So he went free. I don't get it. You've heard me say many, many stories already about what's going on, behind those benches. Something is crazy out here. From east to west, something is completely out of control. I don't know. But anyway. Okay, so 7-year-old boy in Georgia in the backyard, relaxing. His sister is in the pool, and 20 years old his sister is, and she's in the pool. And as she was on the ladder going in, either coming out or getting in, I don't know which, I think it was coming out. All of a sudden, she was like, her eyes started blinking and like this, and boom, she fell back in the water, and she went down. And he was looking, and he's like, she's not coming back up. He runs in, jumps into the pool, gets her, pulls her up by her hair, because he's 7 years old, she's 20. He ain't that strong. So he pulled her up in the air. Thank God for the buoyancy of the water. And he pulled her up till her face was out of the water, and he held her head up above like this, and just started screaming bloody murder till somebody came in, and they carried her out. And it turns out she had a seizure, and had he not done that, his sister would most likely have drowned and died. Wow. There you go. You gotta take the good with the bad. So, yeah, okay, we'll do another one. Well, I only got 5, so we can do another. Okay, yeah. All right, I cracked myself up. I'm sitting here, I'm going to write this up. I'm going to think about this. You take a break, And so I'm just sitting here like this, looking at the TV, and a commercial comes on for Subway, okay? And there's a beautiful, unbelievable, they always dress it up so it looks great, and it tastes like my toe, but beautiful meatball Parmesan Hero. The sauce on it just dripping down, the cheese melting down the side. And then they say Subway is now coming out with a meatless meatball Parmesan Hero. Meatless. It's some kind of concocted, I'm doing a show, some kind of concocted meat that they made somewhere in the laboratory, and they're calling it meatballs, and they put Parmesan and sauce on it. You got to be kidding me. Come here. What's the matter? What's the matter? Don't stare at me like a Struns. What's going on over there? But when I'm done, okay? Look, I got chicken over there for you. I made you your own personal pizza. Leave me alone. Don't lick yourself. Show off. Oh, boy, what are you going to do? And I just realized, I was reminded that in the many parts of the United States of America, school has started already this week. And so let Uncle Songfather remind you all right here. If you bite me, I swear. Yeah. When he don't get his way, he goes like this. It's ever so politely, but he lets you know, excuse me, I would like your attention, please. You want to go in a cage with Tino? I'd like to see that. So anyway, just, drive carefully. School is back in session up here on the island of Long. It'll be a couple of more weeks. A lot of the college boys and girls, men and women, whatever you want to call them, young men, young women, have already getting ready to go back. They're usually back by the 17th. So just like that, the summer's gone. Unbelievable. It went pretty quickly. I don't know about you people, but it went pretty quickly. So, unbelievable. Oh, well, all right, so let's get to this next one. This was, if you've been following me for a while now, for a few years, you know that, yes, I have to pet him and do the show at the same time. There's no end to my talents. And, but me and my cousin Nikki just loved this song, Clementine. And like I said once before, it's not Huckleberry Hound, Clementine, but whenever I'm doing a Bobby tribute segment or set, whatever you want, I always got to do this song because I always liked the song. I didn't think anybody ever knew about it. And when they were driving in the car and just going through my CD collection, oh, yeah, let's listen to some Bobby Darin. I said, okay, yeah, put it in. So he sticks it in. He goes automatically hitting the button right up to Clementine. I said, you know this song? He goes, oh, I love this song. And, like I said, I think I sang this about 2 weeks ago. I don't know if we could get away with it today as a new song coming out because I don't know how politically correct it would be for people to say, a fat girl was walking across the bridge and it collapsed and she was too fat to be saved or whatever it was, So, but it just goes to show you that when a song is good, when the music is good, and you get lost in it, you almost forget what the heck they're saying in it. So let's do a little Clementine, shall we? You want to sing some Clementine, Lucky? Come on, sing with me. Come on, snap your balls. In a cavern down by a canyon, excavating for a mine. There lived a miner from North Carolina, and his daughter, chubby Clementine. Now every morning, yeah, just about dawning, when that sun began to shine, you know she would rouse up, wake all them cows up, and walk them down to her daddy's mine. They took the footbridge way across the water, although she weighed 299. The old bridge trembled and disassembled. Whoop! Dumped her in to the foamy brine. Hey, crackle like thunder, she went under. A blowing bubble down the line. Hey, I'm no swimmer, but was she slimmer, I might have saved my Clementine. She broke the record away underwater. I thought that she was doing fine. I wasn't nervous, not until the service that they held for Clementine. Now take care, sailors, when you're out in your whalers, with your harpoons and your trusty line. If she shows now, yell as she blows now, it just may be my Clementine. Oh my darling, 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 sweet Clementine. You may be gone, but you'll never be forgotten. Fare thee well, so long, Clementine. Bye-bye. Bam! Did you see the dog jumping up on my back during the song? Did you see what a professional I was? I didn't blink. I kept right on singing my song. That's right. So, when you're putting that money in the envelope, make sure I get it. Hold on. And in that song, he blames it on Clementine being $2.99. But what about the cows? They didn't do it. She's bringing all the cows across the bridge down to her daddy's mine, and the bridge collapses. Why are you blaming it on her? That's wrong. I had to get that out of the way. So, okay, let's see. It's now or never. Come on me tight. Kiss me, my darling. Be mine tonight. Oh, here's a little tip for all the ladies out there, and the guys too, but mostly for the ladies. They say to keep looking young and beautiful, try to get between 6 and 8 hours sleep every night, and maybe 10 to 12 if you're ugly. I didn't make it up. Okay, so drive safely, the subway. Oh, and very sad. Another suicide on Staten Island, this time not a NYPD, but FDNY. I don't know what's going on, what's in the water over there, but, these the other victims that you don't hear about, I don't know why they didn't come out with much, and fire department usually doesn't. There's never, as long as I remember, my Uncle John was retired as I think he was a sub-battalion chief or whatever the hell it's called, lieutenant. But it's their own little private little world, and whatever happens stays inside there, and blah, 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 And then the press and the media never seems to want to ask those questions. Well, why? Why did he kill himself? Why did he shoot himself? What's going on? I mean, as much as they would if it was police. So, but still pray for his soul, of course, and the soul of his family and friends. And it's no reason for it. No matter how bad things can get, there's a lot of things that can be done. Are we looking for the signs? Are we asking? You can go on YouTube. I did a video called One Wing. After I personally went through, I don't know, it was like 5 suicides in 3 years for people that I was very close to or very close to their parents. And, you scratch your head and you're like, well, you know what? Did anybody see? And most of the time, no. But you start second guessing yourself. Maybe I could have, spent a little more time with them, and maybe I could have said, let's go out and have a beer and talk. And you don't know. You just really can't. So, beating yourself up for not noticing it or not seeing it is fruitless. You don't know. People get very good at at hiding that. When they start to have those thoughts, the ones that aren't good at hiding it are actually looking for help. So, like when you have cutters and everything else, they're looking for the help because somebody that wants to will do it. Unfortunately, it's very sad. So, oh well. Okay. So we said again. Let's say it again. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Pat Calamari. Happy birthday to you. There you go. As I say when I do my promo on his radio station, the second best name in social media. Because I get the first. Yeah. All right, so he's a good guy. All right, so we talked about the meth in the vagina. Very good. Shitheads over in Iran. ISIS, yes. Times Square, back being bombed. 100 dogs coming home. Wow, we did good. Right, a couple of kids doing the right thing. I still don't understand it. And if you live, I can't believe I didn't write down where. What is wrong with my freaking brain? But this guy, like I said again, just he takes this 13-year-old kid and smashes his head into the ground. And gets no bail. And then before that, assault with a deadly weapon, sentence of 10 years, gets set and suspended. Start writing somebody and find. We want to know who this guy is and why is he getting off so easy? Because, you're making yourself look corrupt by doing it, number one. These are 2 heinous things this guy did. And nothing? Wow. Let us know. Let us know. So the last thing is another feel-good thing. There's a group of bikers, and I've never liked the term bikers. It has a bad connotation to it. I have broken bread and had drinks and everything else with members of the Pagans and Hell's Angels and a bunch of other groups. And, I got people in my family like Danny Boy and very close friends of mine that they ride Harleys all day long and everything. And so bikers, going all the way back to the 50s movies and the Wild Bunch and the Wild One and and Stella and all that stuff. So, always as troublemakers. And I told you about the Hells Angels that had the East and West softball game to raise charity. They do a lot of that, And so there's a whole bunch of them now. They're going to start opening different chapters all over the country. And they're finding out where these dog fights are. And since they're not under, any NYPD jurisdiction or any PD jurisdiction, they don't have to have a warrant and everything else. And they're just going to these things and they're just busting it up, taking the dogs out, saving the dogs. Anybody wants to come and try to take the dog away, then it becomes not a non-violent thing. But as long as everybody steps back and just give me the dogs, we're here to save the dogs, I'd like that. I like that. I like the fact that it's growing. And as long as, it doesn't, come out like the vigilante, the whole vigilante crew is on this bike. And because if you're breaking into a place, you're breaking the law. If you're cracking a guy's head open, even if it's for the right reason, you're breaking the law. Oh, except for this guy, that you can crack a head open and that's okay. But you know what I'm saying. So if we can get that same kind of compassion for fellow humans that we do for these animals. And yes, the animals should need it more than we do, because we're the ones with the brains. I don't know. But, form little groups like that, not vigilante groups, but form groups that go and help people out. Like the one kid I told you, he's going and he mows their lawns for nothing, and the other guy that built the showers, and the other guy that's giving free haircuts. And there's a lot we can do, Reach down. Never, what they say, never look down on somebody unless you're looking to help them get back up. Let's do it. We can do it. So let's do this other song from the movie of the same name. Well, since he's been in the papers a lot, I don't want to say too much, but I was just watching him on that Fire Stick in Wise Guy, if you know what I mean. Mel Prophet. He did a great job. And he did a great job in this movie, too. He not only looked like Bobby Darin, he sounded like him on a few songs, especially this. I love this song. How about it? Maybe Lucky did something to it. I did. Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing. Somewhere beyond the sea, she's there watching for me. If I could fly like birds on high, then straight to her arms I'd go sailing. It's far beyond the star, it's near beyond the moon. I know beyond a doubt my heart will leave me there soon. We'll meet beyond the shore, and we'll kiss just like before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea, and never again I go sailing. I know beyond a doubt, my heart won't leave me there soon. We'll meet, I know we'll meet beyond that shore. We'll kiss just like before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea, and never again I go sailing. No more sailing. So long sailing. Bye-bye sailing. Get a new captain. So long. I'm gone. Bye-bye. See ya. Hey, what the heck? So anyway, one more to go. I think we're pretty much done with the news, and trying to figure out all this Medicaid stuff. You got Part A and B, but it's free. Well, it's not free. All right, A is free, but B is not free, and B is C and D. Oh my God Almighty, whatever. So I'm looking now at the television, where all the you haven't come up this many times in the last 3 years. What? I wish I had a camera you could see. What? You want to come on TV? Come here. Come here. Come here. We want to sing a song? How much is that husky in the window? Oh, oh. But first they were saying he was coming at 11. Then it was coming at 3. Now they're saying it's going to be coming through between 4 and 4 and 7, and then again at 11. Why? Why do we give so much attention to it? These guys on this particular channel, they're on every 12 minutes. Do we really need that? Do we really need to hear the same thing, the same mistakes, the same guesses every 12 minutes? Thank God it isn't Channel 2. You got to listen to them every 2 minutes. What are you sniffing down there? I could tell you what, he's not sniffing himself. Pain in the ass. Pain. What? What? Oh, my God. So, anyway, it's dark now. It's getting dark, so it is saying there's going to be some torrential rain and some hail and everything else. So let's hope everybody gets through this again with power, and we've had enough. It's been enough. It's been one hell of a crazy... What? What? One hell of a crazy, crazy summer. Yeah, how do you like it now? How do you like me now, huh? Sorry. I know you paid a lot of money for this concert, and here I am playing with a dog. So let's get to this last song by Mr. Walden Robert Casoto. And he used to end most of his concerts, I was going to say live concerts, how's that, with this song, because it is truly how he felt in his heart. And as long as he's singing and the music's playing, nothing else matters to him. Of course, except for Sandra Day. And like I said, I'll briefly just go down that avenue one more time. To grow up knowing you aren't going to live too long, you had rheumatic heart fever, you had problems with his lungs, and so many times after he would sing this song, because it's a quick one, and you didn't have to hold the note too long, they can close the curtains. And as soon as those curtains closed, he never gave rarely gave a curtain call. Everybody claps, that old game, keep on clapping until they come out. Oh, okay, because as soon as the curtains closed, he was on a stretcher, especially the last year or so, and given oxygen and being brought right to an ambulance and being brought right to the hotel, to the hospital, sometimes to the hotel where there was a team waiting there, and just give him breathing treatments and oxygen through the whole night, and get him some adrenaline, get his heart clicking again. So, but he was so dedicated to performing and to leaving some kind of a mark, and very, very devastated by the death of RFK, and that's when he went a little into seclusion, and he grew his hair down long and a beard, and started singing those other songs, If I Was a Carpenter and all that, and people didn't want to hear it. It's like Ricky Nelson when he went to the garden party, same thing. But to know that you're going to go, and then to find out that your sister is really your mother, and your mother was really your grandmother, and just it's a horrible thing. And the best thing that happened to him was he couldn't get past the lies to see that the love that his family did have for him, and his manager, but Sandra D. That was the one. So this is called "As Long as I'm Singing, Then Everything's All Right." And this dog is laying now at my feet. Now he knows who the boss is. Yeah, him. Correct. As long as I'm singing, there's a bell up and my head keeps ringing, making a crazy ding-dong. And if this band don't desert me, then there's nothing in the world can hurt me, long as I'm singing my song. Give me trumpets, legato, put some saxes with 'em, strings pizzicato, add some rhythm. As long as I'm singing, then the world's alright and everything's swinging, long as I'm singing my song. Take it, boys! Making music is more to me than a pleasure, 'cause me and my music, we go together like notes in a measure. Long as I'm singing, then the world's alright and everything's swinging, long as I'm singing my, long as I'm singing my, long as I'm singing my song. Long as I'm singing my song. Makes sense, right? Music. They say laughter is the best medicine. Yes. You can't keep laughing forever. Your sides hurt and everything. People look at you stupid. Your snot slips coming out of your nose. It's not a pretty sight. But music, it can make you laugh. It can make you cry. It can make you think. It can make you angry. There's just so many emotions that the right song could bring out. That's why we always look when we're depressed. What do? Of course, we go and find a happy song. No, we find a song that makes us more depressed. But it's something we can identify with. And that's why I love music. That's why I love this, what I'm doing. And, a little late in life, but maybe it's never too late. I'm like Redford in The Natural. Kind of got derailed a little bit on my way to stardom. But not that this is stardom, don't get me wrong. But, it's just always been a dream of mine is to own a nightclub restaurant and to be the MC and the headliner at that same place, like that place in Goodfellas that was supposed to be the Copa, something like that, nice little lampshades with the candles in it, nice and dimly lit, and the spotlight on you, and everybody behaving themselves, no waiters walking in front of you and fights at the bar and none of that. That's not my scene. That's my scene. But so I'm gonna have to wait till I hit the lotto and then I'll build one. I'll build one in every state in this country. That's right. And I'll go to each state, and I'll perform for you. I might even make some food for you guys. I'll even do the dessert. You just have to pay $1,000 to come in. What's the big deal? Hey! Oh, good boy. So, okay, yeah, so that's the show. Once again, I tell you again how much I love you guys and for what you do for me. And to me, you fill me with confidence, and I feel the love and the support, and not only do I look forward to doing it, you people look forward to watching it, and all I keep asking is just keep sharing it, please, and try not to share the watch party, but the actual post, and then do a watch party, because a lot of people said when they try to share the watch party, it doesn't work. That's probably because it's over. I don't know. I'm not a complete expert on it. But if you can keep sharing it and telling more people about it and have them all do the same thing, it'd be like a Breck commercial, Breck shampoo. If one person tells another and those two tell the other and those four yeah, now you got it. And don't forget the Songfather Radio on live, LYV Live Radio, WSNG 122.2. Very easy to get to. Just remember www. And the rest is all in caps, thesongfathershow.com, and go. Sit back and just relax. This guy's good. I like it. He sings very well. Why are we whispering? We don't want the neighbors to know. We do want the neighbors to know. We want everybody to know. Do the name Ruby Begonia ring a bell? So, all right, guys, girls, and children of all ages. Ciao, bow, dow, meow, bow, wow. Thank you once again. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock, weather permitting. Oh, no, I can do it anyway, so we're good. But, I just knocked espresso all over my feet. Thank God it was almost empty. So, again, thank you. Bam. Ciao. Lucky, anything you want to say? Lucky there was Sambuca in that, and now you're going to be drunk. That'll be interesting. Yep, there he goes. Why are you walking crooked? God bless you. All right, love yous. Ciao. What?